At the start of every shift, you must do the complete circle check of the Olympia Millennium E. Check the charger to ensure the machine is fully charged. Physically check to see that the snow bin supports on the hydraulic pistons are properly in place before you look underneath the machine or do anything underneath the snow bin. Disconnect the battery charger and reconnect the batteries to the Olympia. Return the charging coupler to its position beside the charger. Check the hydraulic cylinder on the snow bin support system. Make sure there is no leakage and the hoses are good. Check the bumper wheel to make sure it's in good shape and spins easily. Check the wheel assembly, including the tire, the condition of the tire, and the studs. Check the air pressure in the tires. It should be 85 psi. Check each lug nut, making sure they are firmly in place using a wrench. Look behind the wheel to make sure the kingpins have been lubricated. Make sure the brake lines are in place and they are not rubbing on anything. Check the steering linkage along with the electrical wires that go down to the wheel motors, ensuring they are connected and not frayed. Move to the front of the machine, checking to see if there is any damage to the front of the snow bin cover. Have a look at the inside of the snow bin to make sure that it is not getting limed up. Check the cylinder in the top corners of the snow bin to make sure they are both in place. This is a good time to have another look underneath the machine for any loose parts that might be hanging from the bottom of the Olympia Millennium E. Also, check the surface under the machine for any signs of leakage. Make sure the headlights are in place and shining forward. Check the grille and the snow bin cover for damage. Moving clockwise around the machine to the right side front wheel. Check the hydraulic cylinder on the snow bin support system, make sure there is no leakage and the hoses are good. Make sure the brake lines are in place and they are not rubbing on anything. Check the steering linkage along with the electrical wires that go down to the wheel motors, ensuring they are connected and not frayed. Check the tire tread and studs for wear. Check to make sure the tire assembly is properly inflated and the lug nuts are tight. Check the battery to ensure there is no corrosion anywhere, especially underneath the caps where the cables are attached. Check both ends of the battery circuit. Make sure the water fill port for the batteries is tucked away securely so that it will not get damaged. Check each fill valve to make sure it is clean and dry. Move to the rear of the Olympia Millennium E and check the wheel assembly. Check the tire air pressure and use a wrench to make sure that the lug nuts are tight. Check the tire for wear and the condition of the studs. Move to the interior of the machine above the right rear wheel. Check the electrical boxes, ensuring the covers are secure and the wiring conduits are in good condition. Next to the electrical boxes are the hydraulic motor and pump. Check for leaks. Next to them is the wash water pump. Check the connection for leaks. Next to that is the hydraulic manifold. Make sure everything is dry and that all the hydraulic adjustment screws are locked. On the upright side of the Olympia Millennium E is the hydraulic fluid gauge. Make sure it is 3/4 full. Look inside the vertical auger chute and make sure there are no obstructions. A safety note, never reach inside with your hand. Just do a visual inspection. Check the floodwater tank drain to make sure it is closed. Behind the hydraulic fluid tank, check to make sure the wash water drain valve is closed. On the conditioner, check the runner by moving your hand from the rear to the front, never from the front to the back. Feel along the entire length of the runner. Stop where the blade is and make sure it is flush with the bottom of the runner or slightly above, and then go all the way to the front. You are feeling for burrs or scratches or anything that is going to cause a white streak in the ice. Remove the clip on the conditioner cover plate and then remove the plate. Hand check the drive chain to make sure it's neither too loose nor too tight. About 1/2 inch of play is good. Check the auger to make sure it turns freely in both directions by turning the auger by hand. Try and shake it to make sure there is no movement in the bearing. Visually inspect the blade to make sure it is undamaged. Check the blade bolts to make sure they are in place. Check the blade holder pivot bolt. Replace the conditioner cover and reinsert the safety clip to secure it in place. Make sure the electrical connections for the motor are tight and locked in and there is no damage to the wires. Check to make sure the water and hydraulic hoses are tight and undamaged and that there is no signs of leakage. Look at the bottom side of the flood towel, checking for dirt and wear. All the loops should be in good shape. With your fingers, check the bottom of the squeegee, making sure it is soft and pliable, and there are no cuts or pieces missing from the squeegee, which would cause the water from the wash water system to leak out. At the bottom of the vertical auger, check the snow breaker. If your machine has a laser LVR system, do a visual inspection of the laser cylinder for leaks. Check the wire from the laser receiver to the electrical panel. You do not have to check anything inside the electrical panel. The only people who should open the electrical panel are qualified service technicians. At the back of the driver's seat, open the panel and check the emergency hand pump. The handle should be in the box. Check the hand pump switch in the upper right corner of the compartment to make sure the wires are properly attached. Close the panel and secure with the rubber handle. Remove the conditioner cover plate on the driver's side by removing the safety pin and lifting to the side. Physically check the auger bearing and try to shake the auger from side to side. Check the runners on the driver's side of the Olympia Millennium E by sliding your hand along the runners from the rear to the front. Check the bumper wheel to ensure it is spinning freely. The water filling station switch on the outside panel of the driver's seat should be in the off position. Check the wheel assembly on the rear driver's side. Check the electrical connections above the driver's rear wheel to make sure they are tight and there are no worn or frayed wires. Ensure the stainless steel hydraulic pipes are clean and dry. Check the driver's side of the hydraulic manifold. Check the connectors on the batteries. Ensure there is no corrosion on both the negative and positive terminals or on the wires. Check each battery cell to make sure it is clean and dry, and that the water fill hose is tucked in securely where it won't get damaged. Inspect the board brush by rotating it to ensure all the bristles are in place and not torn or worn. Make sure the bumper wheel spins freely. Make sure there is no foreign material stuck in the bristles. You have now completed the floor circle check. You can now remove the pin on the bin support safety bars and return the bars to the storage position on the bottom of the snow bin and secure in place with the safety pin. Using a 3-point mount procedure, first moving the armrest to the upright position, mount the Olympia Millennium E. Remove the ignition key from your pocket. Insert the key and turn on the machine. Wait until the electrical system cycles through. You will hear a clicking sound. Touch the accelerator pedal. That will start the hydraulic pumps. Push the snow dump toggle switch down and hold, and the snow bin will descend. Once the snow bin is completely down, check to make sure the conditioner is all the way up. Check your horn. Check the headlights, turn them on, and look for the reflection of the light ahead and behind the machine. Depress the brake pedal and check for reflections. Push the elevator toggle switch down. The augers should spin freely. To shut down the augers, lift the elevator toggle up to the off position and release. If you hold the elevator switch in the reverse position, the auger should spin in the opposite direction. Turn the augers off and return the switch to forward. To check the snow breaker, push the snow breaker bypass toggle switch up and hold to raise the snow breaker, or down and hold to lower the snow breaker. Check the board brush by pushing the toggle switch down. The brush will extend and start to turn. Return the brush to its storage position by lifting and holding the board brush toggle switch up until it has fully retracted. Check the wash water tank. If the light is blue, the tank is full. If red, the Olympia Millennium E needs to be filled with cold water. To check the wash water with the machine in neutral, push the wash water toggle switch down. Check the wash water flow from each side of the conditioner. Push the toggle switch up to turn the wash water off. You don't want to run the water out. Running it dry could damage the impeller. The manual ice-making water control valve is located in front of the conditioner tower. Turn the handle counterclockwise to turn on the ice-making water and clockwise to turn off the ice-making water. Check the tire wash system by pushing the tire wash button in and holding until the water splashes on the tire, then release to stop the water. If everything checks out, you have completed the circle check.